Howdy, y'all. So on the next episode of Ricky's Big World, we gonna spill all the tea.
You should go.
Disney?
Yeah, you should go.
I sure would love for you to send me a free trip to your place, because my last experience was not good, my friends. My last experience was not good. You have a lovely parking lot, by the way. Lovely.
Back in the Pizza World caverns, behind the test ovens, and in reality next to the bathrooms, it's Ricky's Big World.
Hi, and welcome to Ricky's Big World. I'm so glad that y'all here, because I don't want y'all witnessing that, Jana Fana and Hosanna and I are going to have a problem today already. So she evidently, she's telling me that, I hit the table too much, and I'm making noises. Y'all hear that? Probably not.
These mics are very sensitive. That's all I was trying to say.
Do you see? You like my mic, my Michael tower? You like my mic tower?
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful because I was tired of hunching over, and I'm already chunky. I can't be hunched over like that, because fat redispositions itself, and so it might pop out my back, and so we gotta straighten up a little bit.
Now you have 2 sets of napkins to pull from.
That's right. So I'm gonna pull that out right there. I'm gonna pull this one
just
out.
in case you need them.
I'm not gonna do the second one. Now you know what, we're gonna have the first one. Go back in. Okay, there you go. All right. Hey, did you see what we were brought? Freshly made hot cinnamon rolls. I'm not allowed to say the name of the place. Pizza World. On 42nd and Edgewood Road. Anyway, here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. But they brought homemade cinnamon rolls. Look at these things. You want one?
They look delicious.
You want one?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, it's right there. She's like, well, put it down. All right, so what we're gonna talk about today? My family. Is that what you want? Let me tell you. Hold on.
We've been talking about your family here and there, and I think it's time we have a decent talk about your family in Georgia.
The number one, we are breeding folks. Okay, we got family everywhere, but I'm gonna talk about the main ones that just get on my nerves. All right, I got my Auntie Wiggs, which was my great Auntie Wig. I got my great auntie Big Toe, my great uncle Pork Bottoms, my cousin Jed. I got a cousin named
The cousin's name is
No, we call him Every time we see come in, it's like not today. We ain't got time. We ain't got the money. We ain't got the time, because he's the one that's always coming in talking about, can I hold $1? That's the one.
Oh, okay.
And we get tired of him coming in. This man, let me tell you something. So I talked to my Auntie Wiggs about over the weekend. Last weekend I talked to her, and I haven't talked to her all week. Oh, I better call her. So talking to Auntie Wiggs, and she was already telling me about because found out that Auntie Wiggs made homemade pot pies, and when Auntie Wiggs starts cooking, the chicken fly and everything, it's just phenomenal. And so he heard that she was making some homemade pot pies. He just unannounced came over, and as soon as she heard his raggedy old car, because he don't know how to keep a job for more than 2 weeks. And so he ain't got no money. So he buys his raggedy old cars. As soon as she heard clank, 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 she said, it's here. And so he walks his happy self in and talk about, well, I sure would love to have some pot pie. I could smell it outside. She took the pot pies and she threw them in the trash can. She said, I don't know what you're talking about. We ain't got no pot pies. Just so he would not have. That's how petty sometimes my aunties and my uncles are.
Just straight up threw it in the trash.
Just straight up. I mean, she could have fed a whole family off of the Popeyes on this trip. But she said, no, because I won't leave it alone. Then she said that it's like, can you give me a ride to the grocery? She said, how'd you get here? Didn't you drive that clank-a-clank? And by the way, I told you to park that thing in the back of the house so my neighbors won't see it. And so she just said, no, you got to go. All right, I got things to do. So then she is in her 70s, and she resorted to the I had my lady issues this month conversation, and he immediately hightailed it out He's like, nope, never mind. So she got rid of him. But that's Uh-uh's always asking for something.
All right.
I got to try one of these.
That's a new character for sure.
Well, no, he ain't new.
To us, yeah.
Oh. That's good. I got on my lip, didn't I got on my lip, hold on. Now it's stuck. Nah. Okay. Can I get it?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. Worth it. It's worth it. All right. You got top one. They're sticky. We're gonna need some of those wet wipes.
It's hard to beat like the cinnamon sugar combo with that icing on top.
Y'all, I'm playing with it. That is so good. All right, so now Auntie Wiggs, Auntie Big Toe, and Uncle Pork Bottoms are all brothers and sisters. And there's other ones, but they're boring. They're more conservative, bankers and this. Auntie Wiggs, she owns a hair salon, but she sells $5,000 wigs, and she thinks her wigs save lives. Auntie Big Toe actually used to be a welder when she was younger, and she the one that got a big old tear at that toe, and she walking around just tearing up concrete and sidewalks. And then Uncle Pork Bottoms, he is actually retired Navy, and he makes homemade pork rinds in the backyard in that big old wall. Okay, so now my cousin Jed. Well, okay, my cousin Jed lives in a trailer out in Salem, Alabama. Now Jed's the one that actually took and put mag wheels on his trailer. I don't know if I told you that or not, but he's the one that did I tell you that? I don't
maybe.
think so. But Jed's the one to put mag wheels on his trailer, put undercarriage lighting on his trailer in purple, I think. And then recently he actually put like front headlights on the front of it and a globe disco ball kind of thing on the top of it, so that when he hooks it up to his truck and drives it downtown, then he's gonna make sure he's seen. And plus, that evidently he said it's for the ladies. So Jed has a pet raccoon. I can never remember that pet raccoon name. And he's had this pet raccoon since he found this pet raccoon in the woods behind his house a few years back. Okay? Hold on, I need another bite. You hear the crunch? Hold on. I had to get a napkin out of my mic stand.
It's honestly the perfect perfect mic stand.
The perfect mic stand, that's right.
Especially for what we're doing.
Who did that? Who? Tell Bob I appreciate that, but thank you. I just noticed it.
We've been waiting for you to find it.
You want to take a picture?
I'll send it to him so he knows you found it.
I love that. Anyway, so
He let me in on the joke earlier.
oh well, I appreciate y'all.
And we've just been waiting.
I did not know that they did that.
Because you're a movie star.
No, I'm not a movie star.
I know,
movie star.
but we just liked it.
Yes, I'm in a couple of movies. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a movie star. Nobody knows who I am.
You needed a star on your cup, just
I
like
did.
on the bathroom.
Let me show that one more time. Isn't that awesome? All right. So, Auntie Wiggs, Auntie Big Toe. Those are my main ones I love talking about all the time. Because Auntie Wiggs is always getting herself in trouble. And she's got the temper like you would not believe. I mean, she's the one that she threw hot grease on somebody one time to win a fight.
What?
Mm-hmm. She's thrown hot grits on people. She knows how to defend herself. And she will real quickly tell you that to defend yourself, grab whatever you got around and go. Now, but that's her. Now, Auntie Big Toe, she's still got that same vinegar in her, but she's a little bit more more reserved because she's always the one that says, you know, you got two choices. You can attract flies with honey or a carcass. Which one you want to be? So
That's quite the saying.
Jennifer says that too. And but yeah, they're just crazy. Uncle Pork Bottoms, he's the one. He was a disciplinarian in the family. He was the one that'll grab you real quick and just start, you know, laying into you to where you don't have no hide to sit on no more. So he was that one. Now getting back to Jed. Jed has got, again, he's got this pet raccoon. Now, he never hardly lets it out, but when he does, the pet raccoon comes back fine. Well, pet raccoon came back pregnant. I think it's, Penelope? Penelope, that's the raccoon name.
What a pretty name for a raccoon. Penelope.
No. No.
You're like, wait till you hear the story.
Well, Penelope just seems like a pig's name, not a raccoon name. So, anyway. Like you would see a barnyard animal and it's like, say Penelope. I think Penelope is a beautiful name. But the only time you ever see it is whenever they had. Did you see that movie, Penelope?
No.
There was a Penelope, one girl had a pig nose.
No, I've never seen
okay,
it.
we'll have to go back and watch that one day. So, Penelope, the raccoon, got out and got pregnant. Now, that's all fine and good, but with the way my cousin Jed thinks, he thinks it's improper to have a lady pregnant without the daddy in the without the daddy in the picture.
Fair enough.
Okay, so he goes out, he finds a male raccoon that's in the area, thinking that had to be the one. So he's gonna have Penelope baptized, but before the babies are born, because he don't want them to be, you know, living in sin. And so he invited us all to go to the baptism that's supposed to be coming up in whenever. I don't know when it's supposed to be. And he actually wants us all to be dressing up in suits and stuff like that. I don't know what color you wear to, I don't know, black, gray, white to a raccoon baptism. But he wants us to do that. You believe that?
Well,
what? You act like you're not surprised. You got baptism raccoons in your family?
I mean, not raccoons, but like if you were going to go to a baptism, like you would wear nice clothes, I suppose.
Is that right? Is that right? Okay, all right. So, because I know exactly what's going to happen. Once that they take that raccoon and dunk the raccoon in the holy water.
Yeah, that might be a problem.
Yeah, no, I'm not wearing my good-looking Sunday stuff for that. You crazy?
No, I mean, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. And but just simple fact that you were on board with the raccoon baptism just floors me, Roxanna.
I'm not saying either way. You know. It's what he
I ain't
wishes.
going to y'all family.
It's what he wishes to do.
The see, the thing is, though, is he wants the daddy to be at the raccoon baptism because he thinks it's proper. Is proper for them to be together. And I said, well, so why don't you wait until the babies are born to have, you know, the baptism? Oh no, they can't be birthed in sin. So
Fair.
we got to go to a raccoon baptism.
All right.
All right. So. Oh, sweet Jesus. So that's Jed. And Jed is, you know, Jed and I, we've been, I know we're cousins, but we have been like real close friends since we were kids. And you ever been to Disneyland? Disney World? Which one's in Florida?
Disney World's in
Disney
Florida.
World. Okay, so you've been to Disney World?
Yes.
Do you like Disney World?
A lot.
How's the parking lot? I can tell you what the parking lot looks like.
Well, I'm sure it's changed. Like, when was the last time?
19. I don't know if I'm going to say this.
Yeah, the parking lot's changed quite a bit since then.
Either
I'm
late,
pretty sure.
Late 70s or early 80s. I think it's the early 80s. I was about 9 or 10 when we went.
Fair.
And so my uncle decides to drive us all down. Now, he had a 1972 big, huge, bright yellow station wagon. All right. And this thing had, I mean, huge 4 doors, had the back door that swung open, and the glass that raised up and down. And this was during a time frame when the kids be sitting all in the back, moving all around. If you fell out, well, we got enough kids. We'll, we ain't worried about it. We'll replace it.
Right.
So we heading down from Columbus, Georgia, down to Orlando to go. Everybody's singing our songs, and we all happy and everything else. So, and there had to be I remember there were 2 kids sitting in the front with my aunt and uncle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids on the middle seat in the back, and then all of us piled up in the back. So there like 15 of us in this one car.
Jeez.
Yes, I'm playing with you.
I mean, it's a good thing you guys weren't using the seatbelts.
We had no seatbelts in the back.
There wouldn't have been room any for.
Barely any seatbelts in the rest of the car. I think it's like one seatbelt that went over your lap, and that was it. There wasn't any like seatbelts over the shoulders. So we get down there, and you know how the big parking lot is at Disney.
Yeah, it's huge.
So we're driving around, and my uncle he got a short fuse, and which amazed me that he didn't kick anybody out of the car on the way down. So people ask for potty breaks and stuff like that. He didn't say, okay, we're leaving you, find a way home. No. But we got there. Everybody's still in good spirits. He's driving around. He can't find a parking spot. Just a cussing. All right. And we go around and we're all, yay, we want to go to Disneyland. We're going to whatever it's called. We want to go to Disney. We want to go to Disney. And the more he drove around, the more crankier we were getting.
Uh-oh.
And he was like, I ain't going to park all the way to Timbuktu so that y'all can go walk over there, then fall asleep because you was so exhausted walking across the parking lot and looks like the Sahara Desert. I mean, just angry. Finally, my auntie said the wrong thing. She said, baby, why don't you just park the car? We're okay. We might be a little tired, but we okay. Next thing he said is, y'all want to see Disney? Fine. He put that big old foot down on that gas, had going by 75 miles per hour through that parking lot, whizzing around, circling, doing donuts. And he said, look, you see Disney, there it is, right there. You see that part right there, the part right there. And then all of a sudden, he gets back on the highway. We head on back to Georgia.
So you never went in?
Never went in. And then didn't know about the shuttle service that they had. You just park and go. If you had to park far enough out.
Yeah.
He found that out when he got home. And he was hot mad. He said, well, that's all right. I took them bleep kids. They saw Disney. We went. You can't never say you never went to Disney. We would touch the grounds that Disney's on. I had to pay for parking too, and didn't even park.
Have you been? Have you been since?
No. I've never been to Disney.
So that's been your only Disney experience?
That was my only Disney experience. Was NASCAR through the parking lot. NASCAR through the parking lot. I have still whip flags. You see how I look like I'm hunched over? That's why, because I was trying to hold on to the seat while we were going. It was bad.
You should go.
Disney?
Yeah, you should go.
I sure would love for you to send me a free trip to your place, because my last experience was not good, my friends. My last experience was not good. You have a lovely parking lot, by the way. Lovely. So, yeah, that's my experience.
You need to go.
Well, what was
I
your
think
experience?
I have quite the history with Disney, so.
Oh, is it different? Imagine that.
Yeah.
How was yes. I want to hear more about your parking lot experience. Would you have a lovely time at the parking lot?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I'm originally from Southern California.
Oh, so you went to the other Disney.
So my first job was actually at Disneyland.
Oh, her first job was at Disney.
Yeah.
Okay. But how's the parking lot?
Great.
Yes, lovely parking lot.
It's a lovely.
That's the only thing I got to compare it to. I don't know nothing about Disney but the parking lot.
In Anaheim, it's a parking structure. I mean, they have a parking lot as well, but it's a huge parking structure.
This was a parking lot.
But also, yeah, now that we live out here, we go to Disney World frequently. So
frequently? All right, next
once
time,
a year, at least.
Once again, Disney. I'm not asking. I'm just saying the show would be nice. Because me, like I said, y'all got to love the parking lot. Y'all parking lot is just spot on. I bet it's even nicer now.
I think if we, honestly, we could do a podcast from Disney, I would love your experience there. We could film the whole thing.
I'll be afraid to get out of the car. I remember.
After your NASCAR experience.
I
feel like just the tram would be enough. Oh.
Did y'all feel that? Did you know we got earthquakes in the hour? We just leaned a little bit. It's okay then. It's okay. Am I still centered? Hold on. I'll move over a little bit. There it is.
The people listening are like, what just happened?
You know what? That's why this is such a great podcast, because not only do you get folks be in here loud as mess, drinks be poured, and hear the ice and people talking and all that, stuff fall down. She laughing about it. That's so unprofessional, Roxanna. So unprofessional.
I love that we're so unprofessional. I think it's charming.
No, see, where I'm from, that's called ghetto. Okay, I grew up in the projects of Georgia, and that this is nice, by the way. I mean, I have to say, this is very nice. You got a door on the bathroom.
Yeah, with your name on it.
With my... with my name. I don't think you... Can you turn it a little bit? Because I don't think I'm centered. Look at this. No, the whole thing needs to go this way. Just turn it this...
No, you're centered.
Am I?
You are.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to be in your business.
You're just used to being in front of the camera.
Ain't that what I'm talking about, trying to be in front of the camera?
Yeah, but I'm in back of the camera seeing that you're centered, so...
Ghetto. All right, because I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to be in your business like this.
It's fine.
I'm real deep inside. Anyway, what else you want to know about my family? Because you knows it.
I don't know. What other stories?
All right, Disney. So we get back home.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, there's more. We get home from number one, we stop by the gas station, and you gotta remember, like I said, this was like late '70s, early '80s. I cannot remember when it was, but we get to one of the gas stations. He's still hot mad. He gets on the payphone, and he calls somebody collect. I forgot what it was. Cussed them out from neck bone to navel, and said, "I can't believe you sent me here, and this, and that's when he finds out that there was a shuttle service.
I was wondering how you found out.
We were like 25 miles away.
Oh my goodness.
Did this man turn around and go back?
25 miles?
Yeah, like 25 miles. And because he was heading to Valdosta, Georgia.
Oh,
so he
okay.
just started, he just went straight up.
Yeah.
And so we, I remember overhearing the conversation, I remember hearing him saying, well, I'm 25 miles away, and you think I'm turning around, going back, wasting my gas to go do another loop-de-loop in the parking lot? You must be out your mind. I don't care if there's a shuttle service or not. The kids can wait till they got kids before I go back. And so we head on back to Columbus, Georgia, and made it back, and I can't remember how many days or how many hours we made it back. What is that? Is that my phone?
No, it means that we have a third-party delivery order.
Oh. See, I just got educated.
Yeah.
Had to take care of that. We're trying to do a bit of professional stuff over here. the nerve of your employees. I mean, no, Heather's
how dare they work?
How dare they work? That's right.
Don't they know that we're trying to film a podcast?
Professional podcast.
In a big public space.
In a big old public space. That's right. Heather.
Look at that. She calls you sir.
I'm shocked. I'm highly shocked. See, the problem with your customer service around here at Pizza World is it's too good. I need a little bit more janky. That's what I'm used to.
A little more sass.
I'm used to Aunt Shirley from What's Happening. Heather, come here. What's up, man? See, come here and say hi to the children, to the people. Say hi. Now, your customer skills is quite impressive. I mean, it is top level Michelin star quality. But I need you to do me a favor and bring it down a little bit. All right.
He wants you to be sassier.
I need you to cuss me out. Do something. Tell me you don't. When I ask you for something, tell me shut up, do something. I mean, I need that. That's what I'm used to in my.
He wants to feel like he's at home.
I need to get no.
No, Jennifer's a saint.
At my house.
We call her the saintly wife.
Hmm?
I said Jennifer's a saint. We call her a saintly wife.
I'm sick of y'all calling Jennifer a saint. Do what?
I said I got you.
You got me. So you gonna be a little gangster, right? You gonna be crunk. Uh-oh. Okay. All right, she's dancing. She's dancing. By the way, Bob, who owns Pizza World, he loves Janet Jackson, and I play Janet on my radio show all the time for him because somebody told me that he dances. He does the Dougie, and he does the two-step slide whenever he hears Janet, especially Escapade. He loves Escapade. So we're going to try and get a video of him dancing. Heather just danced a little bit, but Janet wasn't playing. So I'm always playing Janet for him because he loves it. He really it touches his heart. And
This will be his favorite episode.
Jesus loves people who loves Janet. And so he is a blessed man. And I could repeat scriptures, but this is not the time or the place. But I'm just saying that he's so holy and blessed when Janet comes on, and you should see him. You really should see him. I don't know what you're laughing at. You know exactly what I'm talking about. He loves Janet. Ding 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 ding, and he's dancing. He's dancing. In fact, I heard he yells at, "That's my jam."
Is that what you heard?
I heard him yell out, "That's my jam."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so anyway. So, Bob, I got you. I got you. All right, bro. So, that was my experience with Disney. And I have never been back. I never even took my own child. So,
I think we should do it.
I think Disney should think about it. My pole, double leg amputee, disabled self, can't. I do wonder, would they let me on the rides?
Yeah.
And I bet they would. Disney's got compassion.
Yeah, you'd be fine. They have things in place that would even help you get around the park or get in front of the lines and things like that.
Well, it would be kind of interesting, though, if I get up there and I do a loop-loop on a roller coaster and one of the legs just be flying off someplace and land in somebody's lap, and then all of a sudden they just, because of the loop-de-loop right in my leg. No, we ain't having that. That's why I take sanitizing wipes wherever I go.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, just
Fair
in
enough.
case. The dog does it, so why not? I get so tired of my dog stealing my leg. So, anyway, that's a whole different topic right there.
We'll have to remember to.
Huh?
We'll have to remember to talk about that one.
You got your little notebook on the computer and stuff. She's over here, man. Y'all should see this. She is organized, like you wouldn't believe. We gonna talk about this next week, and what you think about this the next time we do it. All right, fine, whatever. This remind me,
Somebody has to do it.
or she'll pick a topic. Like she wants to talk about my family. All right, we'll talk about the family. Now you do realize my family was in the mafia, right?
We do have to talk all about that.
Mm-hmm. Did you want to do it this time or another day?
How's our time looking?
And we got a little over 11 and a half minutes. So we're good.
All right. If you think you can manage it to fit in that time space. I thought maybe it would be longer. But
I'm a professional. She got me this cute little clock so I don't have to keep asking her how much time we got. She says it doesn't look, it looks unprofessional. And
That
she just
is
got
not
to say
nice.
how much she loves that we unprofessional. So I see you laughing, but I mean, look, all right, let me talk to you about my family. All right, so family in Phoenix City, Alabama, and Columbus, Georgia. Now, what separates Phoenix City, Alabama, and Columbus, Georgia is the Chattahoochee River. You just go over a bridge and bam, or they got the new zip line. You can go just zip line and scream your way over there. So Phoenix City, Alabama, back in the 50s, was a hot spot for gambling, sin, everything. Okay, I'm talking about it was so bad with the mafia there that the president had to call in the National Guard to control it. And there's a movie out called The Phoenix City Story. And so check it out. And it ain't like Phoenix, Arizona. I don't know what they were messing with when they named it Phenix. Phoenix. Okay. So Phoenix City, Alabama. Check that out. And it's called Phoenix City, A Story. And it's about the mafia. Now, my wife's, Jennifer, her grandfather was a part of that. My grandfather was a part of that.
So it runs deep.
It runs deep. In fact, her grandfather's sister came up missing, and there's actually talk that she was part of either the witness relocation program because she had dirt on one of the mafia bosses because she was dating the mafia boss at the time, or he disposed of her.
Whoa.
So there is a mystery going on. My own grandfather was actually killed. He was murdered. And it's unsolved today in Columbus, Georgia, and how he was murdered was very mafia style. I don't know if I want to get that graphic, but it's the way they would do it. They would first silence you, and then end it. One to the throat, two to the head.
That's crazy.
Yes. And so that is still an unsolved mystery in Columbus, Georgia.
Wow.
From 1973 or 74, I believe it was. So, yeah. So, get this. When my grandmother, when she passed away, we were living in Atlanta at the time, and which is 100 miles north of Columbus, Georgia, where I'm from. Jennifer and I were at a restaurant, and all of a sudden I get a phone call on my phone. And I've been noticing these people staring at us the whole time, and they look like they were from the old country. And I get a phone call, and this guy is on the phone, and he says, "Is this the grandchild of Grace Baxter?" And I said, "Yes, it is." "Is this Rick?" "Yes, it is." "The family sends its condolences on the passing of your grandmother. We were acquaintances of your grandfather, Rocky," or they call him RC, Reuben.
Wow.
"And we just want to extend," very formal. Oh my goodness, very formal.
Super formal.
"We just want to extend." I was like, "How did you get this phone? Who is this?" "Names don't matter. Just know that we're here with you." And click.
Wow.
That couple that was staring at us got up and walked away then. They didn't eat. They just sat there staring at us. I didn't notice them until like halfway through our meal, and I just kept looking up. And I was like, "Jennifer, there's some people just standing there looking at us." And they were sitting side by side. You know how couples don't sit side by side?
Right.
They were sitting side by side, and they were just sitting there like this. And every now and then, one would lean over, but they never lost eye contact. And then as soon as I put the phone down and I started talking to Jennifer, they got up and they left. I never seen them again.
Spooky.
So, and then there's stories about, oh Lord, I think we can do a whole episode. There were stories about how when my mom was little, she would overhear a phone conversation, and he would be in the kitchen and phone conversation, and then the next morning there'd be a brown paper bag sitting on the front steps with $20,000 in it.
What? There you go.
So and they were doing quite well financially when I was a kid, or when they were kids.
Yeah.
And when my grandfather, was murdered, then, that's when the family wealth kind of just like dripped off.
Right.
And then, my country self grew up in the projects. I'm like, okay, great. You had to go mess with somebody and get. But and all they told, I don't even remember the guy. All they told me was that I sat in his lap maybe once or twice before he was murdered.
Wow.
So yeah, it's crazy. But that on both sides of my family were both in the mafia. My father's father family were, my mother's father and family were.
Wow. So both sides.
Yeah, it's deep. And if I go back to Columbus, Georgia right now, if I were to try to research, because the place where my grandfather was murdered at, actually, and I know we're getting a little more deep than funny, but where my grandfather was murdered at, they say that it's hard to rent the place now, his business, because people hear a phone ring and he'll say his name. They'll hear him say his name. And there are people who tried to rent that place, never knew anything about that. So when I go back and I mention it, people tend to shun away from the conversation.
Interesting. It's just like a big no-no.
Yeah, and the police back then in the 70s were very corrupt. And so, and there's still some lingering to that. So anyway, point is I don't dive much into it because, you know, I like breathing.
Yeah.
I mean, you like breathing?
I
breathe
breathing.
very well. I don't do a lot of things good, but breathing, man, I am spot on the breathing.
I bet you
Roxanna.
do that without even thinking about it.
I mean, you know, I can make noises when I breathe. I can whistle when I breathe. I mean,
Yeah.
I am talented breather.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
But no, we're actually talking about Jennifer's mama. Is her birthday coming up in May? We're talking about going back to Georgia in May.
Oh.
Hey, what's that? That smell good. Pepperoni pizza. You want something to eat? I mean, we were enjoying these lovely, beautiful cinnamon rolls right there that are just phenomenal. Look how shiny they are. They're
I
so
know
pretty.
they are.
So, I don't know. We're going to have to try something. As long as you don't knock over the camera
Yeah.
again.
And I won't deny you anything anymore. I've learned my lesson, so.
Do you know that she tried to deny me chicken?
Yeah.
You heard about that?
Yeah.
What did you hear?
That she denied the chicken.
And what happened? No, not nothing.
I got yelled at.
I say you threw a tantrum.
I didn't. Nobody threw. I'm grown. Nobody threw no tantrum. What you talking about a tantrum?
Right?
Did you hear about this? I didn't throw no tantrum. I am a grown man. We don't throw tantrums. All right. Now, granted, yes, you're right. Was I a little loud in the situation? Yes. I was a little loud. I was touched. All right. I was touched. But you know,
Why they say you couldn't have no more chicken, Rick?
ma'am, what?
Why they say you couldn't have no more chicken?
Because she's a Yankee and she thinks she can tell Southern folk what to do. That's
That
why.
is not what happened. I said, can we do it next episode? And
That's not what happened. You told me specifically I could not have fried chicken.
That is-
Your Yankee selves don't be telling no Southern boy he
We
can't
need
have
a
no
replay.
chicken. You lost your mind,
we need a replay.
ma'am.
We need a replay.
We need a replay. Why?
We'll
This
put a
ain't
link.
NFL.
We'll put
We
a
ain't
link
doing
in
no
the
replay.
bio to the episode where it happened, and everybody can judge for themselves.
Okay, you know what? Game on. Game on. But the point is, though, you don't sit there and tell me I can't have no. Don't do Hercules in here. Don't do that. I don't know who you. Don't do that. This is doing Hercules. So yeah, but you're gonna tell, and I'm chunky. Fat folks don't try to take no damn food away from fat folks. That's the thing too. Okay, so we no Southern and fat. No.
I already
No, I'm
promised.
going to jail. I got my bail money in my underwear drawer, and I don't mind reaching in there and go grab it.
I already promised
to-
you can
to-
have
to
whatever
go
you
jail.
like, whenever you like it.
Man,
you
sit
can have
up.
you can have whatever you like, whenever you
Oh,
want it.
thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. You're so kind. I appreciate you. That's real kind of you. Yeah, that's real kind of you. So I'm just going to say that lessons were learned, and you grew as a person. Okay.
Yep.
Can we admit that?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So we can zone out a little bit and say, you know, I really appreciate that. And you know, I'm a big boy, and I'm growing too. And I really appreciate you.
That's what
And
this podcast is all about: personal growth.
personal growth. I have grown, and I know that the fried chicken is part of my religion, and you know, but you know, you just can't. You really can't tell me I can't have no fried chicken.
That deep, rich Georgia history.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
Exactly. So, all right. So we good on the chicken. It ain't gonna happen no more. All right, clam strips. You can't do that to me with anything fried. Fried okra, fried tomato, fried French fry, I don't care what it. Fried newspaper. Don't tell me I can't have it.
Deal.
Okay, we good.
Yep, we're good.
All right. Sweet tea. Please leave my tea alone. Don't tell me I can't have that either. Don't sit there and go, Ricky, your sugar's 400. What you doing drinking the tea for? Leave me alone. There's water
Do they
in
have
it.
good sweet tea out here?
Huh?
Do they have good sweet
got-
tea out here?
Here? No.
No, just I mean in
Y'all
Iowa.
y'all had sweet tea for a while. It was actually good. I
Oh,
liked
okay.
it, but then Bob took it away. So, well, how about this? I'm getting tired of talking about it. Now I feel famished. I haven't eaten but nothing but the cinnamon rolls, and so I'm gonna end this. So, until next time on Ricky's Big World, we're gonna leave the front door open for you.